Tonight we're going to take a look at the Xperia X10 Mini from Sony Ericsson. It's currently not available yet in the United States, but when it does come out it'll be compatible with AT&T and with T-Mobile, even though T-Mobile won't be able to carry the 3G. As you can see, it's a really small phone. It fits really nicely into my hand like this, and I thought the HTC Aria was small, but if you look by comparison, it makes the Aria look pretty big. This is an Android device. You have your basic start menu, kind of key unlocker, home menu, and a back button. And you have your locking and your power device right here. 5-megapixel camera with a light. You can take video and still pictures. You have your volume keys right here and your camera button. And right in here you have your 3.5mm audio jack. But if you look closely, you can see that it's also got a little data port right there. It looks exactly like my PlayStation Portable. You don't really see it in the specs, so I don't know if that's going to be a future feature or what. But this is the same connector that I would use to put my PSP into my television. And right here you have this little pull-out device, and you've got your USB, your mini USB for data and charging. I'm not a big fan of the pull-out guy here, but I suppose it does its job and keeps out dirt and such. The first thing you'll notice when you open your phone up is there are these 4-corner app placeholders, and they are actually real app locations. If you have something in these corners, they're not going to show up in your regular app toolbar. This is going to be where you want to place your favorite things, like your favorite search, or if you want to go on the web. But now that AT&T is limiting data, I don't know if you want anything that could readily access networks without your knowing, if you accidentally bump it or something. So I would put whatever favorite device you have right there in the corners. You have your side-scrolling menus here. You can put whatever widgets you have, and it just keeps sliding horizontally. And if you want to check out your apps, you can either slide the toolbar up, it slides up and down, or you can use the home key to open up your app menu or close it. Then you have your basic drop-down menu for when you've missed a call or text message, or if you've got an email or anything like that, and that slides right back up as well. When you open up your app folder or your app drawer, it scrolls to the side, but it doesn't scroll up and down, and it doesn't appear to let you store apps in folders, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you. I've got kind of used to it on the Aria, being able to tuck things into a folder, in the iPhone as well. You got to be careful. Sometimes when you're scrolling through with the screen this small, I ended up touching apps that I didn't want on accident, and that was especially true for the typing, and the typing was a little bit difficult at times. And they have a convenient tool when you do type. It has predictive text, but when you first type the letters, you have to choose the letter that you want, and if it's not readily available, then you have to hit the drop-down menu. And after you get a couple of letters in, it'll try to guess for you, or you can choose to just straight out type, which I found I was doing quite a bit. And I think you'd be better off typing with a regular dial pad orientation, especially with no QWERTY keyboard to really speak of. The screen's just a little too small to support that. I found that the camera light was really convenient, and in my first couple shots it lit up the subject so brightly that the background was completely black behind it. And after a little bit of practice, I was able to get some pretty decent pictures out of it. But as far as the user experience from Sony Ericsson, they do a good job of hiding the fact that this is Android 1.6, and we know that some updates are coming in the near months, and hopefully the new operating systems will be available by the time it comes out in the US, because this phone is available in other countries, just not here in the United States yet. The phone is pretty easy to use. The call quality was decent. The speakerphone was decent. But I found myself really wanting a QWERTY keyboard, and that's exactly what the Xperia X10 Mini Pro offers. So this is not advice if you're going to be a heavy typer, but it's definitely decent for music and browsing the web, and just if you wanted to get into the Android market, this is a pretty decent device. Again, it's really small, so it's not going to be for the power user. But if small is your thing, then this phone is definitely worth looking into. And as we'll see when I talk about the Mini Pro, it's a little bit bigger than the Mini, just because it needs it has the slide-out QWERTY keyboard and all. But otherwise, they have a lot of the same features. So here we have the Sony Ericsson Xperia X10 Mini.